Hello, hello, Gutsy Women. Welcome to this live interview today with a very lovely Nareerat. Is that right?
Nareerat, yes.
Nareerat, who is a registered nurse, and she helps women navigate through all of the transitions that come along with midlife. And I would just love you to welcome her to the group. And Nareerat, thank you for being here today. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. So you've been a registered nurse for how long now?
Over 10 years, over decades. Originally, I was graduated in Thailand as a Bachelor of Registered of Nursing and Science. And then I worked for a few years. And then I traveled to Australia, studied my postgraduate in Master in Business Administration before coming here to United States and study a little bit more about computer science. And I got my registered nurse license here and to work in California. So I am a registered nurse in California now with different varieties of departments. I used to work in a hospital with medical surgical and operating room and home health, and also in skilled nursing facility taking care of people who were unable to be in their own home anymore.
Wow. Yeah. So a wide level of knowledge and experience in the health sector, really, in that respect. So it's my next question is, what was it then that brought you from all of that to actually doing what you do now? What was the catalyst for that? What's the story behind it?
Yes. I'm always passionate about health and wellness, and I love natural ways. And as I mentioned, I was born and raised in Thailand. And at a young age, I learned and practiced authentic Thai meditation. So there it was from the inside out. So I love doing that. And all over the many years, many places that I have been through, I always practice meditation, and that's the core of who I am. Then I love helping other people, and helping other people is in many ways. And one of the ways that in my professional work, so I see their needs, and I help them not only physical, but mental and spiritual, holistically. So recently, um, well, take back to over 8 or 9 years ago, I had women's health problems with, I have a big mass inside of me. And I didn't take care of that. It was one of my mistakes. So I thought I have my knowledge, I could take care of myself. And no one's immune to one of those days. And I didn't seek help until many months later. And eventually that needs to get surgery done. And after that, I experienced, because it's women's health, so I experienced the symptoms similar to menopausal symptoms at the age of early 40s. Then 8 years passed. I also have the symptoms. It's getting worse, deteriorating. And I experienced big time of menopausal symptoms because I have surgery and remove the female organs all out, big time, hot flashes. And I have this bone and health and joint pains. So that became my mission after being through all these years and the emotions that I experienced many years ago with all this uncertainty and the fear of what's going to happen, even though I have some knowledge as a medical background, but when it happens to you firsthand, you cannot escape. As humans, There's fears, there's frustrations, there's overwhelming. And that moment, until many years later, over a year ago, I've been transferred to orthopedics, physical therapist, and taking actions by myself, noticing observation, what I eat, what the results that I got, and certain kind of exercises so I can improve my health naturally. And I found a way. So I realized I'm a woman and I'm not the first woman who experienced all these problems and issues and overwhelming. And now that I found the way, the pathway naturally with reducing a lot of side effects and other complications that could come with the Western or modern technology. Nothing's wrong with that, but to reduce the chance of side effects. So that became my mission, to want to share this with all the women out there, that nobody needs to suffer and going through the pain when there's a solution. And this is become the things that dear to my heart, because my mother also passed away with women's health related with the ovarian cancer. And blessing to myself that I count my blessing. I don't have that. It's all benign, but I still would like to help all the women and the general population really with the health and wellness. So that's why I would like to share my knowledge, not only direct care and service to others, but with the knowledge, especially take control of our own mind that is so powerful and impact our health in a great way.
Yes, there's so much that we go through that actually is the pivotal point of why a lot of us who are in the health and coaching world actually want to actually share all of the things that we've actually found out. So your story is really a powerful one. And I feel that this mindset thing is now really getting to be seen to be more impactful than all of the supplements that we take and all of the foods that we eat. It's the mindset is the thing that if we harness that right, we can really, really help ourselves. What is it that you help women with around the mindset then?
One of the one of the most effective and powerful tools is meditation and being mindful. So mindfulness and meditation is one of the core inside my program. My program, I called it Nokara Love Framework. Love, of course, it's love ourselves and then take our own responsibility of what we do, right? In all the ways, what we think, what we speak, what we put into our bodies. Excuse me. So in all the ways on ourselves, right? So whether it's good or not so good, sad or happiness or success or mistakes, and then we have this vitality that we generate from the inside out. So that mindfulness, it helps embrace who we are and take responsibility of how we can calm our minds and be mindful of every part of our daily living. And then to embrace and empower that part from the inside out. And it's only not going to help with the physical, but the mentality, our emotions, it also impact the cognitive function. As we grow older and we hearing more of the dementia, Alzheimer, and that's probably part of declining of the mental state. Yes, but it doesn't have to be that way. We're not going to roll over and let it be, right? Because we can do something about it and we can strengthen that part. So when we are being mindful and with meditation, it helps a great deal. It's just so powerful.
Yes, meditation is just one of those things that I think a lot of people don't really see the benefit of it. They think it's just sitting quietly and mind drifting off. But if we can harness those thoughts in the right way, meditation is very close to what I do, which is hypnosis. And they're very, you can guide somebody into that wonderful relaxed state. And then meditation and hypnosis can be seen to be extremely similar. So when you ask people to meditate, what do you get them to meditate on? Is it how much control they have, or how much responsibility they have, or is it about helping them to move towards a different state?
Well, first of all, very great question. When I share with you the love framework, those are the components in the love framework, in the pathway. But when I'm talking about mindfulness and meditation, that is the state that the fundamental. So everything and anything we can do, we can say, we can think, we can eat, we can put the lotion on, or anything. But fundamentally, it's our own mind. Everything comes in the thought first. So the basic step that I introduce to my clients is to practice the technique that I learned as a young age in Thailand. So this is Thai authentic meditation. And actually I'm doing the 5-day mindfulness meditation challenge today, the 3rd day. So 2 more days if anyone interested. So it's the basic thing, mainly concentrating on the breathing. And we called it in Thailand, we call anapanasati. Sati means mental. So basically, it just keep the mind calm and focus on one thing only, is your breathing. So the air that come in and exhale, that's the one thing that you keep practicing and let go. Because as humans, we all have thoughts and think about all the things all the times. Think about work, think about dinner, what we're going to make, and the tasks that we need to get done. So all those, just let it go, and stable, calm mind. That's to be the opening of the mind. And then for that very basic, simple thing, but it's not easy for everyone to do, because we all have all this from the outside world into our inner world. So it will create the space and generates more productivity and more creativity. And when the cells calm, the mind's calm, it will produce, one of many benefits is lower the inflammatory, the effect. So, and it reduced the stress, reduced the anxiety, so many benefits that come out of it. But that's the first step that I would introduce to my clients.
The learning of meditation, I think, is the thing that I think a lot of people feel, I can't do it because my mind is too busy, or something like that. So your description of just focusing on that one thing is really, really important, because anything else that comes in, we can just allow it to pass through. And it's a challenge, isn't it? Like you say, because
yes,
we always have different thoughts coming in. Our minds have got multiple thoughts all in one go, but we don't focus on all of them at the same time. We actually still do only focus on the one thing. So it may be crossing the road, or, watching for the red light or something like that. But there's still lots of other thoughts going around and lots of information coming in. But if we had to try and focus on all of them, we'd go a little bit crazy, because the mind wouldn't be able to cope.
So much. Yes. I would when I introduce and practice meditation, besides focusing on one thing, your breathing, I would tell them all these things that come in, acknowledge, yes, I hear you. I need to cook food. It's okay. This is my time. Love yourself and embrace yourself. and give yourself this precious time, even 5 minutes to start, or 10 or 15 minutes. And that is just going to make a huge difference on that individual, because nobody else can experience that but ourselves, right?
That's true, definitely, yes. So you have other steps in your program, you said some steps to go through. And could you just give a tiny little teaser of what these other steps might be? You know, obviously not going into too much detail because we want people to come and contact you, but how many steps are there, and you know, what do they do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. According to the love framework that I mentioned, L is love yourself. So I have the subset of these categories of how to love yourself, how to embrace yourself, and with all the ways that we as one unit, right? We all in one unit. So with love of good or not so good or mistakes, how do we embrace all of that? Can we clear our mind? Can we love ourselves and embrace all holistically, right? And the second step is O. That stands for own responsibility. So that will be a part of what you do to yourself, right? Whether good or bad, it's no judgment, but embrace all and reflect. This is the stage of reflection. So we can see, what do we do on eating? You know, what do we do on thinking? How do we do with our mindset and the action that we take? And each individual has different issues. So my course is with the health and wellness and with the midlife, embrace midlife transition. So the main issues that most women have is the menopausal symptoms. But again, they could be hot flashes, they could be joint pains, they could be weight gain, they could be brain fog. So that would be customized to them of what they really need. So we will go step by step on that. And the third one is V. It's a big one, is the vitality. So vitality, it could be with the physical, right? Emotional, spiritual, and cognitive. So those four, it would be separate into two big sessions, and it depends on their needs. So specifically tailored on, if they need more with the exercises for their joints and bone health, then we have certain exercises, because let's face it, women in this midlife are prone to osteoporosis, and the bone density is lower, and the joint and bone health is critical. At the later years, nobody wants to have knee replacement, hip surgery. Maybe it's inevitable, but if we can promote our health before that time, it will be a great help. It could deter that, or may not have to happen at all, right? And also, what kind of food? What kind of food do we eat? What kind of results do you want to have? I also help promoting to look and feel confident in this midlife. So not only from the inside out, the food that promoting collagen production and how to look good and feel good, right? So on the outside, we can do the facial, the skin. Facial is so sensitive, right? We all know. And we just spend lots of money, some women, but there are certain ways that naturally and promoting health. And the last step is E for empowerment and emotionally reset for all the things that we have gone through so many years. And this is the transition. Like, as I mentioned, menopausal symptoms could be the major issues or major changes that we need to adjust our lifestyles and the mindset. But also, there could be changing in somebody's still working, somebody's not working, transitioning to retirement. Some women still have children to take care of, and some women are becoming an empty nester. So there are a lot of other changes and relationships as well. So that would be empowerment and emotional reset. So those are outlined of the steps that I help with clients.
That is just amazing, because you know, when we go through this stage, there are so many things that can cause us the stress and anxiety, and our bodies, because we are going through these processes of menopause and all the other changes as we age, like you say, that can make those stresses and strains that we maybe dealt with much easier when we were younger, they can make them a little bit more challenging. So that's a wonderful outline that you've set there, Nareerat. So that is
Yes,
a
yes.
wonderful framework for women who are listening to this at the moment, and maybe thinking to myself, actually, this is exactly what I need to actually just, I need to get rid of the chatter in there. I really need this. So thank you so much for outlining what you do and how you work with women to get through these transitions, because they're really important.
My
Really
pleasure.
important. You're
Yes.
welcome. Thank you so much. I want to just address the audience now and just say to you all, you know, this is a wonderful opportunity to maybe get in touch with Nareerat and to actually take a look at her 5-day challenge in her group. And obviously, if you register for that, then you'll be able to catch up on the ones that you may have missed, and get in touch with her and comment under this video, ask her some questions, and see if this is something that can help you to actually start your journey of really getting to navigate through the transitions that we all go through as we get older. So thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Have you got a sentence or two to help women before we close down this live stream?
Yes, I would like to refer to the quote from the forefather of United States, Abraham Lincoln, once said, "The best prediction of the future is to create it." And that means it's something that we as a person can do for ourselves. And we are the ones who can make it happen. So make a decision and take actions, because we are the one. Even if somebody else love us so much, our parents, our spouse, our friends, our families, when we're hungry, they eat so much, but we will not feel full, because we are the one who needs to take action. So you can do this. And I would like to encourage every single one of you to take actions for your own good. And there's no other greater blessing than to have a good, fine health. So do it for yourself so you can do more for others.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a Gutsy Women today.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. See you again. And thanks for watching. If you're watching live, thank you, everyone.